Hi, this is Julianne with Life Edit and Design, and welcome back to this next video, which is a preview of the winter collection for 21. And in this one, we're going to go through some of the specialty videos or the specialty planners that I created. You know you're in the right business when you're such a geek, and I'm like, oh my God, I love these planners. So these are a lot of fun. They're a little bit different categories, so I kind of lumped them into the specialty category because they didn't fall under a theme nice and easy for me. But the first one is the Master Tracker. Again, I've got so much daylight in here right now. I can't get a good, I do it at an angle. I can't get a good picture of this with the light coming through the windows, but the Master Tracker is just, it's so much fun. I wanted a tracker, right? Everybody wants a tracker and there's all kinds of downloadables and fun things, but it was like, I didn't know quite what I wanted, and sometimes I want this and sometimes I want that. So this Master Tracker is actually just a notebook where you can store all your trackers, but you get to pick your categories. So there's tabs, which if I can get a good shot, there's tabs on the side, so you can pick whatever category. So you can say, I want the health category, I want a category on budgeting, I want a category on I don't know, some project planning you're doing, and you want different trackers for different things. Maybe you want to track your sleep, you want to track your yoga practice, whatever it is, you can put it all in here. So you have different tabs to organize it, but then what I did was I created all these templates. So the idea being that you have this index where you can, again, I'm trying to, it's too much daylight today and it's actually a cloudy day, but you have this index where you can put together all the different things, and then you have a lot of these fun, bright covers, which they're just so cool. Anyway, I'm a geek. I'm allowed to geek out of my own products, but I created all these different templates. So you can't quite see it here, but there's a whole list of different templates, all these page templates that you can use. So you have like a monthly template, you have a weekly template, you have a 7-day template, you have a 30-day template, you have a dot grid template, you have a bar chart. So I created all these different, you have like the jar that you can color as you fill up, progress up, progress down, just all these different templates. And the idea was that you could put whatever tracker page, you just duplicate the page and pull it into that tab that you want. So if you're familiar with GoodNotes, you know how to duplicate a page and you click and drag. And if not, I have a tutorial in this planner itself, so I'll show you just how to do that. So you can customize it. You don't have to be stuck with what somebody thought you would want to track or how they thought you'd want to track it. You get to create all your own categories and then drag in whichever style trackers, and I have even blank pages so you can draw your own. So if you really didn't like any of the trackers I made, there's lots of pages here that you can put in your own, just use the dot grid and draw whatever you want to draw. That's the beauty of the iPad, right? I love that. You can just make whatever you want. You can pull in stickers from other planners if you want and just drop them onto the pages. So it's all here in one spot, but you have one place to track everything. So you can track the budgets in its own tab, but in the same notebook that you're tracking your water, if that's what you want to track, and you're tracking maybe miles walked. Everything has its own, you can divide it any way you want and put your own trackers in. And then I've also created page templates, so you can journal. You can do a tracker and then do a journal. So if you want to talk about your progress, or you want to talk about setbacks, you want to talk about the reason why things are going one way versus another. And there's bucket list. If you want to do a bucket list of different things you want to track and just get all your ideas in one spot, you can do a checklist. So I gave you all these page templates, and then I gave you tracker templates. So you have both at your disposal to put this together any way you want. So it's really a fully customizable Master Tracker notebook. So yes, I am a geek. I'm allowed to be a geek. So we have that one. That is planner number 1. Planner number 2 is, again, hard to get that cover on there, but it's called the Virtual Travel Planner. So we're in a pandemic, right? And you can't really travel, and you're starting to be able to travel now, but there's so many restrictions. You got to quarantine before or quarantine after, whatever. It's just a mess, and everybody's budgets are a mess right now. Maybe you've been out of work and traveling is just not in your future, or you don't want to take the risk of going somewhere right now. Just too much going on. So the idea with the Virtual Travel Planner is that you can pick all the places you would like to go, but just can't go right now, and create a virtual plan. So again, I'm a geek. I think this is so cool. So say you want to go to Paris, and obviously it's not in the budget right now. You can't even leave. You can't even go to the country probably right now. Depending on where you're from, you might be restricted. So what can you do? You can create a whole Paris event. You could do some research, come up with some of the best sites, and then find slideshows that are out there, or magazine articles that are everything that's online. You can pull it all together, put a bunch of links together, and store it all in the travel planner. So I have room for you to do 12 trips in here, 12 virtual trips. And so there's a whole section, you just do research, and then you plan your night. So maybe you plan a menu. You go and you look up a restaurant, you look what they'd serve, and you look up, okay, I would have ordered this, this, and this, and then you go and you either buy it locally if you have any French restaurants, or you make it. Whatever, or you come up with your own versions. There's so much you can do You really have to use your imagination, which I love. You know, that's what's so creative about it is, yeah, I can't go there, but I can create maybe a 2-day Paris trip where I get to, maybe I read some books, study some art, you know, flip through videos on YouTube of people walking through some of these places. There's even virtual Airbnb has a lot of virtual experiences. So you could go on to Airbnb and look at some of the experiences, and some of them take you through a town. The guy actually will put on his camera, walk through town and explain the sites that you're seeing. So you could make such a cool trip that won't cost you anything, right? You don't have to book any, there's no tickets, no hotels, and you can have a lot of fun. So say you wanted to, have the experience and you have little kids. Well, I go through this whole tutorial in here on how to make this really fun and exciting for kids, but it's like, pack a bag. You don't actually, and live out of that suitcase for the week. You can make the experience as real as you want. You could check into a local hotel, but that costs money. But there's no reason why you can't make your room feel like a hotel where you just live out of that suitcase. So you've packed, these are the clothes I would wear, these are the things I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do them virtually. Or I'm gonna look at pictures and I'm gonna eat the food and I'm gonna have a playlist of the music from that area. Or say you can't go to Disney and your kids love Disney and it's just completely out of the realm right now. So you can, there's Disney board games and things like that you can play. You can set up a whole movie night. You can do Disney themed food. You can, come up with costumes and props and things like that they could get involved in. And so you could have a Disney week. So maybe there's like a spring break where your kids can't actually go anywhere and you would have gone to Disney if the world wasn't in the condition it is. You really use your imagination and come up with maybe like a 2-hour block each day where you do something Disney. They get to wear their Disney pajamas and watch a movie. Something, you can always come up with that. So that's what the virtual travel planner is. It's a whole way of experiencing trips that when you can't actually go. So I apologize if Cookie's about to start barking, but she does have to protect us. So the next one in the specialty series is the self-care journal. Yeah, if I can get that. And it's just a fun, this one is a 30-day journal. And what I do is I give you different prompts. So with self-care, people tend to do the same things over and over and over. And I didn't want you to do that. I wanted you to kind of come up with some new stuff. So what I did was I gave you some different assignments every day. So there's 30 days worth of assignments with the idea of giving you, at the end, you want to build your own self-care practice, but you'll discover over the 29 days prior to that, different things to try out and say, okay, this one works and this one doesn't work for me. They're experiments, so look at it as like 29 different things to try out in the realm of self-care. So at the end, you build your own routine of this is what self-care looks like for you. And my dogs are about to start. Girls, this is real video, you gotta love it. And these are the shop dogs, by the way. So if you look at my Etsy shop, I always talk about Sassy and Cookie. So they are real, they're really working in the shop. So the self-care journal, again, 30 days, a lot of fun, and just the goal is for you to come out of this with your own new, they're singing now, your own new self-care practice. And then the last one is the winter planner. Girls, the winter planner, which is, I didn't know where else to put it, but I create a planner for each season. I have a fall planner, and this is the winter planner. And so it covers the months of January, February, March. They sing. My dogs sing and bark, so they're very talented. But the winter planner gives you a way to plan just for the 3 months, because don't you get bored of your planners after a while? So this way I have a different planner for each season. And then the winter planner, again, just covers those 3 months. It's got a winter theme to it. I'm still using the rocks and pebbles, the rocks being the most important things in your life, the pebbles being a little less important. So as you're planning your days, your weeks, your months, you're really looking at, okay, what are the important things I need to do? What are the things I need to get done, but they're just not that important. I can fill them in around the holes. So one of the things that I'm doing practicing on this other planner is saying, okay, the rocks are these things that take a little bit more time, and the pebbles are things that maybe take 15 or 30 minutes. And so I'm putting the big rocks in my schedule based on time blocking. So I'm saying, okay, I need an hour to record videos. And I put that in, and then maybe I have a block while the videos are uploading, and I look at my pebbles and say, okay, this is a 15-minute pebble. While these videos are uploading, I'll go do that 15-minute pebble. So it's kind of a fun way. So when you have rocks and pebbles, you can kind of use that time blocking concept and get everything into your schedule. So I really like that method, and that's what you'll find in the winter planner. So those are the 4 specialty planners. You've got the master tracker, you've got the winter planner, you've got the virtual travel planner, and you've got the self-care journal. So those you find in the specialty section, and they are up now in the store for part of the winter collection. So I'll talk to you next time, and thanks for humoring me with my dogs. I'll talk to you soon.